Purvodaya Scheme, transforming Eastern India into an economic powerhouse. India's growth story in the 21st century is marked by regional imbalances. While western and southern states such as Maharashtra, Gujarat, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu have established themselves as economic hubs, the eastern region of India continues to lag behind in terms of industrial growth, infrastructure, and per capita income. Recognizing the untapped potential of eastern India, the Government of India launched the Purvodaya scheme in 2020. Purvodaya, meaning Rise of the East, is a flagship program aimed at driving accelerated development in the eastern states of Orissa, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, and Bihar. The scheme seeks to leverage the rich natural resources, demographic dividend, and strategic geographical location of this region to create a globally competitive industrial and economic hub. This article explores the scheme in detail, analyzing its objectives, strategy, progress, challenges, and long-term impact on India's economic landscape. Historical background of regional imbalance. India's industrial and infrastructural growth has historically been concentrated in specific regions. The western and southern states benefited from early industrialization, investment-friendly policies, ports, and better infrastructure. In contrast, the eastern region, despite being resource-rich, struggled with underdeveloped industries despite abundant coal, iron ore, and steel resources. Poor connectivity, weaker transport and logistics infrastructure compared to western and southern corridors. Low per capita income, states like Bihar and Jharkhand rank among the lowest in socio-economic indicators. Unemployment and migration, lack of local opportunities forced people to migrate to other regions. The Purvodaya scheme was conceptualized to correct these imbalances and ensure equitable growth. Objectives of Purvodaya scheme. The scheme is designed to harness eastern India's potential through industrial, infrastructural, and socio-economic development. Its core objectives are 1. Economic transformation of eastern India. Position the eastern region as a global hub for manufacturing, particularly in steel, petrochemicals, and other core industries. 2. Accelerated industrial growth. Develop integrated steel hubs, petrochemical clusters, and downstream industries to create a value chain. 3. Employment generation. Create direct and indirect jobs, reducing distress migration from states like Bihar and Jharkhand. 4. Leveraging natural resources. Optimize the use of mineral-rich belts of Orissa, Chhattisgarh, and Jharkhand. 5. Logistics and infrastructure development. Enhance connectivity through railways, waterways, and highways for seamless movement of raw materials and finished products. 6. Atma-Nirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. Make Eastern India the driver of India's growth by contributing significantly to the $5 trillion United States dollars economy vision. Geographical coverage. The scheme focuses on 5 eastern states. 1. Orissa, rich in minerals, especially iron ore, bauxite, and coal. Major steel production hub. 2. Jharkhand, houses coal reserves, steel plants, and industrial clusters. 3. Chhattisgarh, known for its coal, steel, and power industries. 4. West Bengal, important for ports, refineries, petrochemicals, and skilled manpower. 5. Bihar, strategically located, potential for food processing, agriculture-based industries, and logistics. These states together hold more than 80% of India's iron ore reserves and a significant portion of coal and other minerals, making them crucial for industrial development. Strategic components of the scheme. 1. Development of integrated steel hubs. Eastern India accounts for the bulk of India's iron ore and coal reserves. Under Purvodaya, the government envisions setting up integrated steel clusters with downstream industries. Aim: contribute to India's target of 300 million tons (mt) of steel production by 2030, with over 200 mt expected from the east. 2. Petrochemical and energy hubs. Focus on refineries, petrochemical complexes, and gas-based industries in Orissa and West Bengal. Development of pipeline infrastructure to ensure energy security. 3. Infrastructure development. Improved rail, road, and port connectivity. Inland waterways development, especially along the Ganga-Brahmaputra river system. Dedicated freight corridors for faster logistics. 4. MSME and downstream industry promotion. Encourage small and medium industries in steel, coal, and agro-based sectors. Facilitate ease of doing business, skilling programs, and financial incentives. 5. Skill development and employment. Launch of skilling programs aligned with local industries. Creation of employment opportunities in both organized and unorganized sectors. Implementation framework. The scheme is spearheaded by the Ministry of Steel, in collaboration with other ministries like Petroleum and Natural Gas, Railways, Road Transport, and Commerce. Stakeholders involved. Central government ministries. State governments of the Eastern region. Public sector units, PSUs, like SAIL, RINL, IOCL, NTPC. Private sector investors and industry bodies. Investment mobilization. Both domestic and foreign investments are encouraged. Public-private partnership (PPP) model for infrastructure projects. Timeline. Launched in 2020, with phased targets up to 2030 and beyond. Significance of the scheme. 1. Balanced regional development, helps reduce economic disparities across states. 2. Industrial hub creation, positions Eastern India as a global steel and petrochemical hub. 3. Job creation, addresses unemployment and migration by providing local employment. 4. Boost to exports, development of ports in Orissa and West Bengal enhances trade. 5. Energy security, focus on petrochemicals and gas infrastructure supports India's energy needs. 6. Contribution to national GDP, Eastern India can potentially become the engine of India's $5 trillion United States dollars economy target. Progress and developments so far. Since its launch, several steps have been taken under the Purvodaya initiative. Steel sector expansion. SAIL and other companies are investing in capacity expansion in Orissa, Jharkhand, and Chhattisgarh. Orissa has become India's largest steel producing state. Petrochemical investments. Paradip refinery in Orissa has been expanded to include petrochemical facilities. Work on gas pipeline infrastructure across eastern India has begun. Infrastructure boost. Eastern dedicated freight corridor under progress. Sagarmala and Bharatmala projects improving port and road connectivity. Development of waterways for cargo movement along the Ganga. Employment and skilling. Skill development centers have been established in Orissa and Jharkhand. Focus on technical education to match industrial needs. Challenges in implementation. Despite its ambitious scope, Purvodaya faces several challenges. 1. Land acquisition issues, resistance from locals delays industrial projects. 2. Environmental concerns, mining and steel projects can impact forests and biodiversity. 3. Logistics bottlenecks, though improving, road, rail, and port connectivity remain inadequate. 4. Coordination between states, Political differences sometimes delay interstate projects. 5. Skilled manpower shortage. Migration of skilled workers continues to be a problem. 6. Global competition. To make Eastern India globally competitive, infrastructure and policy reforms must be robust. Future prospects. If implemented effectively, the Purvodaya scheme can transform Eastern India into the next industrial powerhouse. By 2030, Eastern India is expected to contribute more than 200 MT of steel capacity. Paradip and Haldia can become major petrochemical hubs. Bihar can emerge as a logistics and agro-industrial center. The scheme will integrate Eastern India into global value chains, boosting exports. Rising local employment will reduce distress migration and improve living standards. Role in India's $5 trillion economy vision. The government's ambition to make India a $5 trillion economy by 2027 to 28 requires new growth centers. Purvodaya plays a central role by unlocking resource potential of eastern states, driving industrial output through steel, petrochemicals, and MSMEs, boosting exports via eastern ports, improving per capita income of millions in underdeveloped regions. Thus, Purvodaya is not just a regional initiative but a national growth driver. Conclusion. The Purvodaya scheme represents a historic attempt to correct India's regional imbalances and unleash the potential of Eastern India. By focusing on integrated steel hubs, petrochemical clusters, infrastructure development, and skill generation, the scheme envisions making the East the engine of India's economic rise. However, its success depends on overcoming challenges such as land acquisition, environmental sustainability, and interstate coordination. With robust implementation, Purvodaya can transform Eastern India into a global industrial hub and significantly contribute to India's economic aspirations. The rise of the East will truly mark the rise of India as a global economic powerhouse.